but the key to it is how broadly defined the tax is. If it's a very narrowly defined tax, then we argue that goods in a narrow category will tend to have more substitutes, and people will react more strongly to a change in price through a sales tax or some other form of tax. But when you have a broadly defined category, let's say anything that uses sugar, you've got a broad category of goods. There will be less substitutes for those goods than there would be in a narrower category. And it's not clear that it'll change buying habits that much. We don't expect people to respond as strongly to a tax in that case as we would if it was a more narrowly defined tax. The problem with the narrowly defined tax, it probably doesn't do what it is you want, which is to tax everything using sugar or whatever the particular category would be. So you have to understand that economics will tell you that narrowly defined goods will have more substitutes. People will respond more strongly to a tax. Broadly defined goods will tend to have less substitutes. They'll respond less strongly to a tax in that case. And so the question you might ask yourself is this tax really going to reduce use very much, or is the primary impact going to be to raise revenue? So many people, you're not going to change their buying habits very much. But if it does have an impact on buying habits, it'll probably be on the lower end of the income scale, where a tax is going to take a bigger bite out of their budget and they'll tend to respond more strongly. Or the tax will probably have a bigger impact on younger people, again, where it's a smaller part of their budget and maybe they're less used, or a larger part of the budget, and maybe they're less used to using these products because of their age. They haven't been using it so many years, and I wouldn't use the word addicted here, but it hasn't become part of their lifestyle yet. So if it's going to have an impact, it'll be on younger and lower income end of the scale. And over time, you'll start, hopefully, if this is a worthy social objective, you'll start to see an impact on people in general. Because as one generation passes and a new one comes forward, if you have indeed succeeded in changing their buying habits, then 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years down the road, you'll see an impact. But short run, I don't think you'll see much impact at all.